We'd like to hear more about what RT and Sputnik think about the situation, but I think I've seen those talking points. Look, let's talk about Xi and the Chinese. The truth is, Xi is in a dilemma here because he did misread the situation, I think, very seriously. And I think he was caught on the horns of a dilemma to appear too strong at the risk of provocation. Now, this is not the first Taiwan Straits crisis we've had, by the way, and it won't end today. The advantage that Xi has is that while it's virtually impossible to stop the visit without shooting down the plane, and that would have led to an escalation, an immediate escalation that Xi's not prepared for. The advantage that Xi has is that this could go on for weeks and weeks, and he has a series of escalatory steps that he can take, starting with the live fire exercise, but continuing with other overflights and economic pressure that can raise the pain level beyond what we're looking at for 1 week or 2 weeks. If we look at the other Taiwan Straits crises, these have gone on for weeks and in some cases months, and they've involved a combination of propaganda, economic measures, and military measures. So this is just the beginning. This is not the end. I think Xi loses round one because the visit stopped and he looks a little foolish. But we'll see what happens as we go into this pressure game and escalation game that Xi will certainly try to milk politically, and that he will certainly try to press Biden's limits on long after the speaker has left Asia. And then we'll see what the long-term consequences. As to why we pushed Xi, the truth is, I totally agree with our previous speaker. This is not the sort of visit that was planned strategically. It was planned months in advance. And the fact that the Biden administration dropped the ball on their early messaging on this showed that they were unprepared. So it was sort of pressure, but inadvertent pressure. Now we'll see who actually wins the pressure game.
No, I'm sure there are calculations which are made here. I'd like to get Jordan into it. Jordan, what do you think? I mean, you know, we are going to see both sides push the buttons. The question is, who's going to feel the pain more? Can the Americans afford to feel more pain than they are in right now, economically and otherwise? Can America afford a war? Who can afford a war less, in your view, Jordan?
Nobody can afford a war. The entirety of humanity can't afford a war between the United States and China. This war would end civilization as we know it. So I think both governments are acting insane and not in the best interest of their people whatsoever. You know, you never get the government that you deserve. And nowhere is it more clear than we have this mid-80s senile politician in Nancy Pelosi demanding that she goes to Taiwan, the Chinese government saying that they're going to shoot her down. I mean, it's all just so insane to me that everyone is posturing like this. Both governments are absolutely not acting in their people's interests whatsoever. And the idea that the United States has the capacity to somehow defend Taiwan from a military invasion. I mean, we're doing all kinds of war gaming here, but neither side is really looking out for the interests of their people. And it's not just the American economy that's struggling. In fact, the American dollar is very strong compared to the other world economies right now. We're really in a global economic crisis. And I think that these very powerful actors are using this stuff as a distraction from what they're doing to billions of people around the world and what they've continually been doing to them, really, and have been escalating this process since this whole, COVID pandemic, where there's just been so many human rights atrocities committed against the individual citizen. And I think we need to be looking out for those people and not so much escalating the chances of war between two major nuclear armed superpowers.